Yo, this is Lefty. So, today is the Pacquiao versus Horn fight. Sorry for the late video. All week I've been debating, man, am I going to include this fight on my record? Like, because Pacquiao started out as a 10-1 favorite. Now he's like a 5.5-1 favorite. So there's been some movement in the favor of Horn, which is typical in a fight like this. But I promised to do every big fight, and this Pacquiao fight on ESPN qualifies as an event type fight. It's a solid fight because it's on TV. It's on ESPN, so it's free, and we got to support that in any way possible, especially when a star like Pacquiao is on ESPN or any sort of free TV. I mean, we compliment Heyman on PBC, and even though this year's been good, he's put up a lot of trash fights on TV before. 2016, 2015, a lot of trash fights, and we say, hey, it's free TV. You can't complain. Well, if we apply that argument, or if we apply that principle to Heyman, we got to give it up the top rank too. So, anyway, from what I've seen from Horn, with all the trash that people have been talking about him, and him being a horrible opponent for Pacquiao, and yada yada yada, I expected to see a guy with no arms in the ring or no hands. I expected to see a guy that was absolute trash. But at the end of the day, someone brought up the fact that he is an Olympic bronze medalist. And from what I've seen on tape, he does a lot of things well. He's a strong puncher. He's not a great puncher or anything. He can fight off the front foot or the back foot. He works inside. The impressive thing to me is that he's really active on his front side, and that could give Pacquiao some problems. He's going to feint, he's going to jab, he's going to show angles. I think that if he wasn't fighting Pacquiao, let's say he was fighting a guy like a Eric Bonet or a Porter, somewhere on the lower end of the elite of the division, I think he'd show himself pretty well. And I think you guys will see that tonight, unless he gets caught early, which I don't, Pacquiao doesn't really have a history of doing that recently. So I think he shows some things tonight, Horn, that kind of back up the late movement in his favor. I don't think it's a super competitive fight. Maybe Pacquiao breaks him down by round 8 or 9, but I don't think it's going to be non-competitive. I think people may be surprised, and that's not even me trying to validate him as an opponent for Pacquiao, but that's just from what I've seen on tape. The dude's pretty good. I think he just hasn't had a chance to prove it yet. I never seen any sort of huge technical flaw. His hands are in good position. He's got that active front side that I talked about. He works the body. He feints. He does a lot of things well in there that I really, really like. Pacquiao, in this stage of his career, if he hasn't trained and if he's taking this guy lightly, Horn could take him into some deep water, and he'll need to dig deep and show his all-time great pedigree. But Pacquiao has never had a history of doing that in training camp. His condition is always on. He might be the only fighter that's on par with Floyd as far as conditioning. So I think Pacquiao's going to show him angles. I think he's gonna counter off of Horn's feints and jabs. I think Horn, if he jumps in, Pacquiao's going to catch him with a right hand, like a right hand hook. And as always, Pacquiao's going to land a left. And I think he breaks him down in between rounds 8 and 10, to be honest. Depending on if Horn hits harder than what Pacquiao is comfortable with, Pacquiao might coast to a decision because he doesn't really stop guys anymore. He kind of just coasts now. So, but yeah, that's my story. That's my take on the fight. So, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. I appreciate everything that, I appreciate all the comments and stuff that people leave. If you want me to break down, someone told me that they wanted a monthly breakdown of fights that are going on. Like, at the end of the month, I break down, for instance, it's the beginning of July right now. I would be breaking down all the fights from June and what I thought about it. I think that's a good idea. If anybody else wants me to do that, let me know in the comments section or when I post it up on Facebook or however, just let me know. And we'll get that cracking. So this is Lefty. Have a great July 4th weekend. Peace. Lefty's out.